Okay, hello everyone. Um, I guess a couple of more people might join soon. Um, yeah. Okay, myself Anamika and we have Nitin here. We both are the instructors for this course, and Priyanka is the TA for the initial weeks of this course. Animesh, can you hear us?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am, you're audible.
yes.
Okay. Okay, Animesh, have you watched the week one content?
Yes, I have gone through week one content already.
Okay. Okay. Anything, any issues that you faced in that?
No, it's like a lot of new terms from language perspective got
Right,
introduced there. So
right,
that was the new piece. A lot of it was relatable, but it's just that specific names for things that we use day in and day out were like kind of called out. So that was new.
right. Yeah.
Yes.
So just yeah. So just to give you a perspective, this course is going to have initial 5 weeks from the computational linguistic part, and after that we'll have modern NLP architectures. That's how roughly the course is divided. Priyanka will be
Yes.
covering some linguistic part today. So yeah, Priyanka, please go ahead.
Yes. So actually, yeah, I understand that in the first week, especially this week, it has more of linguistic concepts. That is why I came up with uh, to introduce you more into linguistics, little bit, for your basic understanding. Not only for this week, further also this knowledge may help you in understanding the concepts in the further. So we have only one student now, or like will be like should I start presenting? I mean,
Yeah,
or else
Priyanka,
if
others
you have
might join soon. No problem. Please continue.
okay. Uh, so I will present. Share my screen. Yes. Uh, yes. So my
Meanwhile,
screen.
Animesh, if you have any questions, sorry, Priyanka.
Yeah, yeah.
Animesh, if you have any questions from week one content, please you can ask.
Yes, yeah, we can directly go to questions also, like
Yeah,
from the week one. If any concepts, like, see, now though we have covered in this week one what is language and its characteristics, we have covered, and what is NLP, like basic introduction, we have seen in the lecture. Uh, we have seen the difference between human and machine language processing, how the NLP has evolved through the time now. Also, some multilingual like challenges in multilingual NLP and low resource languages, and like especially in the modeling these multilingual NLP and how to deal with the low resource languages. Like these things we will cover in the later lectures. But like some challenges though we have like lecture has introduced you. And lastly, levels of language processing we have seen. So I thought of planning to uh, present more about levels of language processing, which like it has more of linguistic concepts. So I was planning to introduce you to regarding on this point. Um, wait. So so should I actually now elaborate all these things? I like it. I thought of expected number. So uh,
no problem, Priyanka. Please go ahead with whatever you had planned, because many people might watch recording
Yeah,
later
people
also.
would be referring to the recordings, and I
Right.
think whatever you
oh
plan to cover is based on
Yeah.
your experience, so that'll still be valuable. So you
Right.
assume that people are
So
there and you can carry on.
yeah,
okay, okay. Oh
yeah,
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's like
yeah.
just a question. I'm a little bit confused. That's fine. Yeah.
That's fine.
Uh, okay. So as I said, let's start with linguistics. What is linguistics? I know. So, what is language science? Basically, it is a scientific study of language. It is also called language linguistic science. So, when we think of science, what do we seek? I mean, like, what answers do come? Like, what exactly do we know when we know a language? Okay, these questions I think we can think of. How this knowledge is acquired and how such knowledge is used, So this all deals with the scientific study of language. So, as I said, levels of linguistic analysis are of phonetics, phonology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. Also, this has the interdisciplinary courses such as, let's say, if sociology plus linguistics, it is sociolinguistics. In the same way, psycholinguistics we have, which deals with the cognitive aspects, and computational linguistics, which deals with the AI, NLP, and all. So in this way, we have different kinds of interdisciplinary subjects evolved through linguistics. Then, language is basically a system of symbols with standard meanings, which allows the humans to communicate, and it is a way to the transmission of culture. So, language provides context for symbolic understanding that we all understand. So, what is the how what makes the human and animal communication different gives the differences. So these are the properties called productivity. That means humans tend to produce different what infinite number of sentences, novel utterances we do. That is productivity. Like when it comes to animal communication, maybe like we are not aware of it that much. So, like some differences that we can be found in human and animal communication. So, and displacement. What is displacement? So, we can here humans we tend to speak about past, present, future as well. So, arbitrariness. So, there is no link between the word and sound, but still we can make sense like through the context when we speak a language. So, and combining sounds. The phonemes. We'll talk about this in coming. Uh, so, as I said, levels of linguistic analysis, phonology. Basically, it's phonetics and phonology. Basically deals with the sounds. Uh, Morphology. It deals with the study of words. Syntax is the study of sentence structure. Semantics. It is the study of meaning. Now we'll go through this each and every concept in detail. So let's start with phonetics. Basically, it is a study of physical sounds of a human speech, like how they are produced, how they are transmitted, and how they are perceived by us. So in this, we have three fields: articulatory phonetics, accusative phonetics, and auditory phonetics. Starting with articulatory phonetics, it deals with how speech sounds are produced by the movement of speech organs. It's more of physical, how the sounds are produced in our what you call vocal tract. So like accusative phonetics. So here it deals with the physical properties of the speech, that is like sound waves, dealing with the sound waves such as frequency and pitch, tone, amplitude, duration. These are like some prosodic features, deals with some prosodic features of the speech sounds. And auditory phonetics. Here it deals with the how the sounds are perceived by the ear, auditory nerve, and brain. Maybe this little bit tends to the cognitive aspects of how the speech sounds are perceived. um, Phonology. It is the study of sounds uh, in what you call which focus on the abstract and the cognitive aspects of sound and how they are organized in mind. We have phonemes and allophones. There is a slight difference. There is a difference between phonemes and allophones. Phonemes are the smallest units of sound which can be distinguished, which that can distinguish meaning in a language. So here meaning is changes uh, depending on the phonemes we use. Let's say pa and ba in pat and bat are the two different phonemes. When it comes to allophones, in this example, per impact and per inspat are considered as two allophones, though they are the sound of the so like they are it is per only, but their aspiration property that is added in part, it is changing that so since the aspirated property is added to this, we are considering this per and per in pat and spat are two different allophones. Here, meanings, variations of phonemes that do not change the meaning of words and that and occur in specific phonetic contexts. So here the so depending on the phonetic context, these allophones are analyzed. Uh, so, phonology here concerned with the abstract and mental representation of sounds in a specific language. It has the rules and patterns by which sounds are combined that are used for to convey the meaning. Let's say this example, analyzing the English sounds ra and la. Here are the two distinct phonemes, as you know, like as I said earlier, and uh, the plural formation of in English is pronounced differently. In the exam, let's say cats. When you say cats, the plural sound "sir" is ending. Observe the sound of the when you pronounce cats and when you pronounce dogs. So there is a variation in the sound of the plural sound. So these are considered as allophones. So they are the plural markers, but there is a variation in the sound, how like the variation in the how we pronounce. So these are the allophones. So now next level of the analysis is morphology. It is a study of word formations and their internal structures and their formal relationships. So it was earlier, you know, uh, started by like what you call introduced by Panini in Astadhyay. Um, yes. Okay. Um, so morphology, it is the computational morphology deals with developing techniques and theories for computational analysis and synthesis of word forms. Basically, sign is a basic unit of communication. Sign has two phases: form and meaning. Form in sense, form is physical. I mean, like it is written, it is spoken, and it can also be gesture. This is form. And what is meaning? It is the sense associated with the form. I think this makes sense. Uh, so some key concepts of morphology are morphemes are the smallest unit of meaning. There are free morphemes and bound morphemes and allomorphs. As I said, allophones and allomorphs. They are like variation in the morphemes. Like allophones are deals with the sound, and here allomorphs deals with the meaning. I'll explain this now. Uh, so morphemes are divided into free and bound. As I said, free morphemes are also divided into lexical and functional. Bound morphemes are divided into derivational and inflectional. So when I say free morphemes, they do occur freely. They do not need any affixes to be attached to the word. So lexical in the sense, lexical categories. Let's say, sorry, sorry, uh, lexical categories like nouns, pronouns. Sorry, nouns. All these parts of speech, like as we know since our childhood, we know what are parts of speech like nouns, adjectives, verbs, and all. Uh, So these are lexical categories and they are called open classed categories uh, because open class itself tells that they are open to add any, like we can add to our dictionaries like new kind of nouns we can add, new kind of adjectives we can introduce, and we can introduce new kind of words like there will be always you know addition of terms in this open class categories. um, Functional categories are the conjunctions, interjunctions, prepositions, postpositions. These are considered as functional categories, and they are finite in number uh, and uh, bond morphemes. Bond morphemes are derivational and inflectional. Derivational in the sense when these derivational suffixes are added to the words, they it changes the category from one category to another category. Let's say in this, see derivational morphemes creates a new word with a different meaning that may belong to a different or the same grammatical category. Here, in the example, plus write, rewrite, it's write again. It's a verb. So write plus write is a verb, and we are adding a er. Then it is then we are changing it to a noun. Write, one who writes. So we are changing it to a noun. So in English, like some examples like verb to noun, noun to verb, like kill. We can from kill verb to we can add er to and make it as killer, and noun to verb glory, glorify. So these are some examples you can go through. So next level is syntax. Syntax, as I said, is a study of structure of sentence structure. It concerns with in which English words in which words are combined together to form grammatical sentences. In this linguistic analysis relates to the structure of the sentence, that is the category of words and the order in which they are assembled to form a grammatical sentence. In this example, let's see, revolutionary new ideas appear infrequently is grammatical in English, and colorless green ideas sleep furiously is grammatical but nonsensical. Like, I mean, I don't know, we cannot, sense completely what it is really. It's like complete nonsensical. And in the third example, ideas green, furiously colorless sleep is ungrammatical and nonsensical. How we are defining? We are defining, we are judging this based on the structure, word order of the sentence. This is what syntax does. So there are syntactic categories. There are two types as discussed. They are lexical as well as functional. As I was talking about the open class and closed class. So here lexicals are the content words. Functionals are and they receive the inflections. Functional categories are words they do not receive the inflections, and the, like as I said, the prepositions, conjunctions, interjections, these are comes under functional categories. We have phrasal categories. This concept especially helps in when you are understanding the in the week 3 you may have dependency passing. There you have to this knowledge may help you there in understanding the how dependency parser works and all. This is like some basic linguistic analysis only I'm giving. I'm not diving deep into the dependency parser and all. So here, what noun phrase? Basically, in a sentence, it has a phrases. There are different types of phrases in a noun phrase. The structure of the phrase structure of the rule for NPs are determiners, adjectives, noun, and prepositions. So, in a noun phrase, noun is the head of the head of the phrase. Okay, so a noun can occur with determiner. See, noun John, det plus noun the boy, det plus adjective plus noun a little boy, det plus noun plus prepositional phrase is a boy in the bubble. So, like, in this way, phrase uh, uh, phrase structures are formed. Um, this is one phrase, and this is prepositional phrase where it has a preposition as its head, and this is usually followed by a noun. No, I have missed one point here. So determiner, adjectives, and prepositional phrases are the optional elements in a noun phrase. I mean, like, even though they may occur and they may not occur in a phrase. So prepositional phrases, uh, it has a preposition as its head, and it is usually followed by a noun phrase. So so prepositional phrase PP is P plus NP. So it has a preposition and the noun phrase, the noun. Verb phrase, it is the phrase structure rule for the VPs are Noun plus, as I said, bracketed categories are optional, so it can occur with NP, PP, and adverb. Uh, these are some examples. You can see last example, like I fell into the pond slowly. So it has all PP and adverb as well with the in the verb phrase. So what is the structure of the sentence? Is a complete sentence must contain a NP and VP. So phrase structure rule of sentences NP plus VP. So after this, there are like so many other concepts also have come. I'm not discussing more about it, but it's like this is the basic understanding one must know uh, for the proper analyzing the language, like proper analyzing when you work on this kind of tasks, NLP tasks. So structure of clauses, we since our school grammar we also did we know that what are dependent clause, what are independent clause, all this. So I will not take much time on this. Basically, uh, clause is a group of related words that containing a subject and verb. That we know independent clause, which express the complete sense. That is it is not dependent on another sentence. Dependent clause itself suggests that it does not make complete sense. It usually uses another main clause or independent clause to get the complete sense. For the examples, like if I go out, that only doesn't make any sense. I mean, like it is kind of incomplete. So I usually take my umbrella. It's making the sentence complete. Um, so independent clause are of three types: coordinate clause, correlative clause, and complement clause. Here, coordinate uh, clause are not syntactically dependent. Correlative clauses are like you are constructed using the conjunctions like either or, not only but also. And this complement clause is a motional sentence or the predication that is an argument of the sentence, like I'm sure that he did it. Here that he did it adds a complements is a complement clause that are the arguments which are selected by the verb or a nominal adjective, like it can be anything. So in dependent clause we have relative clause and adverbial clause. Here clause begins with the relative pronoun in relative clause, uh, and in adverbial clause it is introduced by the subordinate conjunction like because, since. All this conjunctions are used for the adverbial clause construction. Mm, yes. So sentence composition types, we have simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences. This all this adds all this are you know one must understand how the when you're dealing with a language, like what kind of sentences we have. I think basically we know all how this what is simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence. So I'm not going much into that. Now I want to focus on the complexities in syntax. Yeah, and in the lecture also we have discussed about the ambiguities in natural language processing. Also discussed. So I'll add little few more examples to it and summarize. So one is ambiguity. It is of two types, like attachment ambiguity, that is also known as structural ambiguity. It occurs when a grammar can assign more than one pass to a sentence. Example, like I saw a man with a knife. There's one example. Like, see, this can be of two interpretations. Like I saw a man with the knife. Like I saw a man with a knife holding in my hand and seeing a man. This one, and I saw a man with a knife. Like I saw a man who is holding the knife. This is one kind of structural ambiguity, as we can see here. So here with the knife, it can be part of NP headed by the knife, or it can be the part of VP headed by the verb. Like as I have discussed this NP and VP phrase structures right earlier, that from there I'm relating it. So coordination ambiguity or different set of phrases can be joined by the conjunction and. So here also old men and women. See, observe this bracketing. So old men and women and old men and women. So this is some coordination ambiguity is also observed in the sentences. Garden path sentences. Here, government plans to raise the taxes were defeated. Here, the first interpretation, when you start reading the sentence, the government plans to raise the taxes. Like here, government is planning to raise the taxes. But by the time you finish the sentences, your final interpretation is the plans of government to raise the taxes were defeated. Like this uh, what you call this shift you can see in these sentences. So in the same way, the old man, the boat, the old man, the boat. The first interpretation, the man who is old. Lately, finally, you will come to the boat is manned by the old. These are some kind of ambiguities that you see in language. Recursiveness, this is like this is like it's simple. Like this is the cat that bit the rat, that ate the cheese, that Jack bought. All this are like so much recursiveness also causes the ambiguity in analyzing the sentence. And ellipses. Ellipses are like some incomplete sentences where we can understand with the context. Let's say she dances better than he does. That here than he does itself. In we knows that we are talking about the dance. Yeah, we are not telling like she dances better than he dances. We don't need to like these type of constructions are called ellipses where we give the incomplete information which we can be inferred from the context. Here ellipses are used when we are talking in a context. So yeah, this yes. And some applications of syntax in NLP are like tree banks. We use like tree banks. These all concepts, tree banks, passes, all this you will be coming, you will be knowing them in the further lectures. I will not go much into this now. So next level of analysis is semantics. Semantics is a study of meaning. It is where the meaning is analyzed in a language. Uh, it looks at how meaning works in a language and how often native speaker institutions about the meanings of words and phrases in a discourse. So we know speaker's meaning and sentence meaning. Speaker meaning is what speaker means or intends to convey, and sentence meaning is what the sentence is means, like what it counts equivalent of in a language concern. So now let's take this example of this headline. Headline says that government to drop white bomb in the next budget. So in this headline, the speaker meaning is that uh, mean milk consumers will face a brunt of change and dairy tax structure and so on. Something related to the milk consumers. And so here, white bomb in the sense when you just see the sentence meaning, white bomb is something else, like it has some different sense. But the when you understand the speaker meaning, it is sensing different. So the speaker meaning and sentence meaning, the uh, the understanding or their differences also one must understand. Sense relations, or basically all the synonyms, antonyms. Uh, so synonyms are similarly or the nearly same meanings, and antonyms are opposite meanings of the another word, and subordinate word are like red. Red is a subordinate of to a color, and pony is a subordinate to horse. Horse is subordinate to animal. In the same way, superordinate, like let's say X is superordinate to Y, and then Y is subordinate to X. It's reverse of the subordinate. Like color, in colors, color comes first, and then all the types of colors like animals and the other like list of animals or something. Uh, and meronym denotes a part and number of something. Page is a meronym of the book. Wheel, engine are the meronyms of the car. Here, this there is a difference between the subordinate and ordinate. I mean, hypernym and hypernym, and meronyms. here the it's like part and whole relationship. Pay it's yeah, it's a part and whole relationship of the objects. Holonym is a opposite of Maroni. I mean, like it's a whole and part relationship. I just give you examples, okay? Homonym, a word having the different meaning but the same form as another word, like here, beer, burr, has the same pronunciations but different meanings. That's the one. So here synonyms have the same meaning and different forms. Homonyms have the same form but different meaning. So these two things one must observe between these synonyms and homonyms. So sentence relations are like semantically related to one another in few or different ways. We know paraphrasing. You're just we are not changing the truth conditions. If one is true and the other must be true, here the boys like the girls and the girls are liked by the boys. They are just paraphrasing. Mutual entitlement is a, like each sentence must be true for other to be true. Like John is married to Rachel and Rachel is John's wife. Like they are mutually entitled. And asymmetrical entirement is like Rachel is John's wife, entails that John is married, but John is married doesn't entail does not entail that Rachel is being his wife. You understand, right? Like only one of the sentence must be true for the other to be true. But the sentence may not be true without the other sentence necessarily having to be true. So I think it's you just observe the examples and try to understand the difference between this. And contradiction, uh, sentence contradict each other with when one sentence is true and other cannot be true. It's clear. Like Rachel is the only child, and Rachel's brother is called Phil. Like there is no, you know, they are not related. Or they are contradict. Mm. So some applications here are this used in mission translation quality, like translating phrases contextually, rather than word to word. So this semantics is more needed here. And in question answering systems to comprehend questions in context, in information retrieval we need this, and in chatbots and conversational agents also we need this semantic analysis. So then comes to the last part of the language analysis, pragmatics and discourse. Pragmatics is about the use of language in the social context, like where the context includes both linguistics and situational context of an utterance and a sentence. So when it comes to discourse, it's something like beyond the individual sentences. Like this is specifically about understanding and examining of spoken or written language in actual communication. So discourse analysis is of connected speech, writing beyond the limit of simple sentence. Uh, it is a study of how study of sentences in spoken and written language, um, like in the paragraphs that in conversations and interviews, we can see this relationship between utterances and discourse. And this discourse has this coherence and cohesion. Cohesion is a grammatical and the lexical relationship between the elements of the text, which holds it together, and coherence. It comes with the logical and semantic correlations. Here are some devices of cohesion are like anaphora, which refers back to the another word or a phrase earlier in the text. It often involves pronouns like John forget the umbrella. He left it in the car. So actually, this all this discourse related topics are also covered in the further lectures. Like basic under if you understand this here now, it will be helpful in the further section. Connectives are the connectives are basically the conjunctions which connects the two words or phrases and links the two words or phrases in the sentence or links the sentences as well. And ellipses already discussed, like words are omitted when the phrase has to be omitted, like where are you going, like to cinema. We just, it's enough, like we are giving the limited information. We are just omitting because we are getting, we are getting the information from the context, like from the earlier utterances or something. So substitution word is not omitted as an ellipsis, but is substituted from another. Let's say, which ice cream do you like in this example? And B
Yeah,
says,
sorry to interrupt, Priyanka.
yes,
I was just saying maybe some portion can be covered in the next week as well.
yeah, I'm
If,
done, ma'am. Only this slide is
yeah,
done.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
done. Yeah, it's
Because
done.
the content might come in week 2 and onwards, right? So keeping
Yes.
that in mind, you can decide.
Yeah, okay, I'm done. Actually, this is the last slide.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a substitution. Like, which ice cream would you like? I would like the pink one. So this is one. And applications of discourse and pragmatics. Here, discourse is a sort of natural language processing. It has anaphora and co-reference resolution concepts. Discourse parsing is a, and like a lot of concepts that deals with the discourse now. I have covered this because, like, in the further sessions, they are not completely explained here. So since this is like, as we discussed, like it's like kind of intro to linguistics course, I thought just include all the concepts, basic things. Uh, like further sessions has different concepts as well. So maybe somewhere they will be interlinked. That's it. So that is why I've just continued to present till here. Yeah, so I'm done. So if any questions you have in the week one lecture, in week one lectures, yeah, please, you can ask the questions. I'm here to clear. I'll try to clear your doubts. Yes, yes.
So I had a question regarding the pragmatic aspect. So I really didn't maybe I didn't really get the pragmatic ambiguity a little better. Could just clarify.
Pragmatic ambiguity is like in a it comes with a social context. Here, discourse though, what is there in a, let's say, you're reading a text, uh, like basically, okay, I'll give you this example. uh, so in a you're talking to a chatbot or something, some, let's say, some Alexa or something, you're talking. So it's that when you said it is cold to Alexa, so then it's supposed to increase the temperature. So this is some like that knowledge, that machine should understand that when you said it is cold, it has to increase the temperature of the AC. So this is some social context that we are trying to get into the models. So this is the pragmatic level of understanding where the social context is, to be understood. When it comes to discourse, it is in the it is in the discourse of the, like it is in the concept that we are discussing. It revolves around that, but pragmatics too, it includes the social concept, and the situation where we are in also includes, like, actually pragmatics is a very big concept that I didn't wonderly only didn't dive so much into it. It takes, but I can suggest some references to one if you are interested more in this pragmatics concept.
No, so what I understand is that, based on the example, is that it may not be expressed in the words literally
Hmm.
in terms of its meaning. It's more of an
Hmm.
implied things that people
Yes,
want to understand.
yes, 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 you're right.
Sure, that helps. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Ma'am, I think you are done.
Sorry, Priyanka, did you call me? I got a call.
Yes, yes. I think we are done with the questions.
Okay, okay, sure. All right then. Yeah. So I guess whatever other stuff that you have, you can cover in the next week's live. By that time, students would have watched 2 weeks content. All right. So
Yes,
if
yes.
no more doubts, maybe we can close.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thanks
so much.
everyone. Yeah. Thanks, Priyanka. Bye.
Thank you.